Today I'm going to talk about something that's plagued do-it-yourselfers since the dawn of the automobile. And that is, what do you do when you replace a front end part on your car and you have no way to align it at home, and you're forced to take it to a shop and pay $100 or whatever the alignment's going to cost to somebody with questionable skills who's probably going to try and sell you something just to do the alignment. So it's an issue. And I've got that issue today because I need to replace the tie rod end on this Focus of mine. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned that can set tow after you're done. So it's important to realize that the method I'm about to show you will only set tow. Now, you can adjust both the left toe and the right toe by this method, and that will work, not even close. That'll work just fine. But it won't adjust camber, it won't adjust caster. There are ways to do that at home, but I'm not going to get into that now. That's a subject for another video. But today we're just going to talk about tow. So if you replace a rack and pinion or a tie rod end or anything that changes the toe end on the front of the vehicle, this method will work and it will get reasonably close. So within 1/8 of an inch of being where it needs to be. And I verified this by doing this method several times and then going and getting alignment afterward to see where I was at. And in most cases, I'm within a 1/16. So it works very, very well, but there's some things to realize when you're setting up this procedure. If you do that, then the result will be pretty good. That was good. So basically you need 3 things to make this work. You need a tape measure, you need some string, and then you need 4 items. And basically what you want to be able to do is float that string about 6 to 8 inches off the ground, and it has to be the same on all 4 corners. So we need 4 items that will hold the string up off the floor. So let me raid my fridge. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're golden. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tie this string. I have 2 pieces of string here. And this string's about 11 feet long. So 2 pieces about 11 feet long. And then I'm just going to tie it around the neck of these soda bottles. Now back in the day we used the returnable Coke bottles or Pepsi bottles or what have you, but since those have pretty much gone away, we'll have to resort to these, which are a little bit shorter, but actually that's not going to hurt us because the tire diameters that we're using today are a little bit shorter as well. This is nothing fancy, it's just a square knot. And there we go. And then looking at the car, all we're going to do is we're going to use that pot bottle string combination to get a reference point on the sidewall of the tire. And by doing that, we can get an idea of where this tire is in relation to the other side, because we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So then what we do is we'll slide this string in. In this case, it's hitting the wheel. But right before it hits the wheel, I can already see this one has to come out a little bit. But all we're going to do is just ensure that the distance between the sidewall of the tire and the string is the same from the front to the back. Right there I'm seeing, let's see, so that's 5/16, and that's 4/16, so we need to come out a little bit. Three 16ths and 4/16. 3.5 16ths, 3.5 16ths. That's pretty close. And we do that on both sides, and then you just measure from one string to the other. So you'll measure from that string, and then you'll also measure out here. So when you measure close, and then you measure far, and you've got the string the same distance off the sidewall on left and right, and let's just say that they're equal. So you measure close to the bumper and you get 68 inches, and you measure far away from the bumper and you get 68 inches. What that tells you is you have zero toe. There's no toe in or no toe out. Now, typically a front-wheel drive car is going to be towed out slightly, so you want that measurement away from the bumper to be slightly more than the measurement right at the bumper. So if I measure here and I get 68 inches, I might want 68.5 inches way out here. Towed out slightly. Typically, most front-wheel drive cars will tow out the front wheels slightly because under acceleration, the torque of the front wheels will pull it back to zero. The opposite is true on rear-wheel drive vehicles, so most rear-wheel drive vehicles will be towed in slightly so that under braking, it will pull out or pull back to zero. And we need to do one more thing before I actually start tweaking adjustments here. What I have to do is I have to make sure that I don't have an extremely bent wheel or a tire that's got a sidewall that's just goofy, or there's some tolerance stacking going on. Before we go any further, let's make sure that both of these front wheels don't have an extreme plus or minus wobble that will throw our alignment off. So what I'm going to do is I have jacked one wheel up. So we've got this tire off the ground. And the car is in neutral. Let me go a little higher. And all I want to do is I want to just sight down this sidewall as I spin it. And what I'm looking for is the sidewall of that tire to kick in or kick out an extreme amount. This one seems to be pretty good, so I'm going to leave it alone, and then we'll check the other side. And once again, just sighting down the sidewall of the tire, I just want to make sure it's reasonably round. And once again, this tire is pretty good. Now, if it was out a significant amount, let's say this rim was bent, and it was bent like this, and as I spun it, I saw the sidewall move out a little bit. What I'd want to do is I'd want to find that spot where it was out the most, and then I would just mark it. And then I would put that up. So we'll take that variance and we'll eliminate its effect on the toe set that we're doing by doing that. So In this case, we're good to go though. There's no real big wobble as I spin this thing, so we can go ahead and just do our adjustment and we should be good. Okay, so I'm ready to align, so I'm going to go ahead and set my bottles back up. And we just want these to be equal. And they're not quite equal, so we'll pull this out. That was way too far. Pretty close. Okay, we are ready. So now we just take our tape measure. We take a measurement at the bumper. Which is 68 1/8. 68 1/8. Now we're going to take another measurement out away from the bumper. $70. So yes, indeed, we are towed out quite a bit. So I'm going to make my adjustment. Now in most cases, when you adjust one side, you do need to check the other side as well, because it's extremely likely that it may have moved both. Okay, the bottles are all set up. I did have to adjust both. And we'll take another measurement. Now, ideally, we want to be out about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more. And 69 3/4. Still have a ways to go. $67 3/8. 68. So it's very close now. So I'm going to go just a little bit more in my adjustment. I'm still towing in. So my adjustments are getting shorter and shorter because I'm getting closer and closer. Okay. With any luck, that'll be the last time. So 67 9/16. Just a hair under 68. So 9/16. Let me double check everything. Did make one slight adjustment. Let's see if that changed it. It's very close. So I'm being extra careful. 67 and just a hair under 3/4. And 68. So that's about 1/4 of an inch. So now I'll lock my jam nut down and I'll drive it again. Okay, so we know the steering wheel was straight before. As long as the alignment was reasonably close before, it should be straight now. It's actually pretty good. There is straight down the road. Steering wheel is perfectly straight. I think we nailed it. So, this is a method I've used before, and it's a good way to tide you by until you could afford to do a real alignment or take the time to do a real alignment. It also will prevent any tire wear as you drive to the alignment shop, so it gets you pretty close. And typically an alignment tech will be happy that you got it really close. I've done some alignments in the past where they were way off and it just took an extraordinary amount of... I've had some alignments that I had to charge extra on because it was nowhere close. And it's like, you know, if you spend a little extra time, you can get really, really close so that you don't have to make huge adjustments when you get it up on the alignment machine. So this alignment is going to be really, really close. I got a good feeling about it, but at some point down the road, I'll probably go ahead and I will do a real alignment on the car because I think it needs struts and strut mounts and other things as well. So we'll wait till we replace all those parts before we do that. But anyway, I hope this helps you. If you replace a tire at end or rack and pinion or something, this is a way to set the toe and it works well. And hey, thanks for watching.